Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better, who do it better? Afternoon, night, depending on where you at, it's the Pope, your host that do the most. Welcome to Just Being Frank Show. We have to talk about not only the Indiana Pacers, but Tyrese Haliburton and how he has kind of transformed his game into one of the best players in the league. Now, last year, during Indiana Fever's run, especially second half of the season in the playoffs, Tyrese Haliburton was in attendance damn near every home game, right? And, of course, we know they practice facilities. They share the same damn near everything, right? And we heard Patrick Beverley, NBA player, say he was in the facility at one time getting ready for a workout. And lo and behold, Caitlin Clark was there. And he, from his own mouth, she could shoot the shit out the ball. And he was going to take some of her workouts and use them himself. Now, we're talking about a real professional NBA player. Now, he no all-star, nothing like that, but he used to be a dog in the NBA. So here goes a dog who's played with a lot of dogs, right? Who's played with a lot of players, says, I'm going to take her workout, what she was doing. Now, that's big to me. Now, so do I think Tyrese Haliburton has witnessed the same type of workouts over and over again, has had off-the-court conversations with Caitlin Clark about basketball over and over? I do. I believe so. I believe Indiana Fever and the Pacers even set it up for it to be such. Like, I want you to piggyback off of each other. And so I had told that to my buddy G5. Shout out to G5, my guy. Even though he's a Caitlin Clark hater, still my guy, Sandbox. I had to tell him, like, last night, I'm like, bro, he told me, yeah, man, guess what, man, the Pacers, man, they looking good, man. Tyrese Haliburton, they back in the Eastern Conference Championship. I said, yes, the Caitlin Clark effect. And he hung up on me. He said, man, good night, sir. Good night, sir. And hung up on me. I said, listen, okay. And then I wake up this morning, and lo and behold, there's a Hall of Famer, ex-NBA Hall of Famer player by the name of, hold on, no, that's the wrong one, by the name of Isaiah Thomas, who feels the same way. And it reads, hold on, I got to bring this up. I'm looking for this. I ain't even shared it with this screen. Isaiah Thomas feels the same way the Pope does. And he's going to break it down a little bit further because he's actually closer to the situation, him being an all-pro NBA legend, as this says right here. NBA legends Caitlin Clark and Tyrese Haliburton compare, say it all. Now, let's read this. This is very interesting. Let's read this. Let's see. We on the screen. Everybody on the screen. We good. Okay. Now, I ain't dealing with these. Tyrese Haliburton put on a show in the Indiana Pacers' dominant Game 4 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers, coming away with 31 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, helping clinch the team's Eastern Conference final spot. After the game on NBA TV's NBA Game Time, Detroit Pistons legend and Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas raved about Haliburton's performance and drew a telling parallel to Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. Now, right here it says, when he walked in, I said, he's walking in like Caitlin Clark. Now, these are the words of Isaiah Thomas. Notice what he said. When he walked in, talking about Tyrese Haliburton, Isaiah Thomas said, I said to myself, he's walking in like he's Caitlin Clark. Not Caitlin Clark walking in like she Tyrese Haliburton, but Tyrese Haliburton, who already been to the Eastern Conference Championship last year, He said that man is walking in like he's CC. That's how big Caitlin Clark is. I just wanted to get that out the way first. The fact that he referenced Tyrese Haliburton walking in thinking he big dog and looking like, playing like the big dog as if he Caitlin Clark, as he running this league. Thomas asserted, this is Caitlin Clark type of game. Again, this is a Caitlin Clark type of game. He knocked down the three. He kept the pace. And not only did he keep the pace, he controlled the tempo. He got everybody involved. He's shooting it from way, 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 way out there. Like Caitlin Clark, without saying, he already said that. But everything he just named, he's saying Tyrese Haliburton is doing this like Caitlin Clark, not Caitlin Clark doing this like Tyrese Haliburton. He's controlling the pace, pushing the tempo. He's doing this. He's shooting out from the deep, like CC. And he even put in, where is this? What is this? His Twitter or somebody, Clark Report. He tweeted it out right here. Haliburton watching Clark. I see a lot of her game in his game right now. So, yeah, it says, this is a Caitlin Clark type of game, spreading the floor, right? Shooting it from way out there. I think Haliburton watching Caitlin. I think Haliburton is watching Caitlin, period. And, of course, we know he was. Their season was over by the time Caitlin was on a fever her rookie year. So Caitlin wasn't going to Indiana Fever games and working out or doing anything in them facilities during the Pacers' run last year in the playoffs and regular season last year. And at the end of their season, he started catching all of their games. And now this year, of course, we know a lot of Caitlin been to a lot of the Pacers games. And even so, listen, everybody has said Caitlin Clark makes everybody around her better. That means everybody. When you coaching against her, you have to prepare and your team has to play at their best. Have you noticed that every team plays, when they play against Caitlin Clark, a lot of the times, teams, even if they lose, they probably have one of their better showings than when you see them on a different day, playing against another team. They look nothing like how they was looking versus Caitlin Clark. So she makes even her opponents better. She makes the coaches have to game plan better. You have to make adjustments better during the game. You got to coach better. You have to do all of that, right? You got to play better against her, with her. You got to raise your level of talent when you play, even when you're playing with her. So when you being around her, because it's funny, when I was at the Dallas Wings game with my guy Stay Fly, shout out to Stay Fly 912, we was at the game sitting courtside, and we see Cynthia Cooper sitting alongside real close to us. And came during a break after Caitlin Clark gave Cynthia Cooper a hug. People who don't know Cynthia Cooper is, she's a legend point guard, probably one of the best point guards besides Caitlin Clark. If you had to go, who's the best point guards in WNBA history, it'd be Caitlin Clark, Cynthia Cooper. For me, some people might be Cynthia Cooper, which she's earned that. But just to let you know who that is. Gave Caitlin Clark a hug. Stay Fly went over to her, gave her a little interview, asked her about Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark. She said, Caitlin Clark is off the chain. She loves how she makes everybody better. Hell, she making me better, and I'm not even playing. And that's what Coop had to say. That's what Cynthia Cooper had to say. She making me better, and I'm not even playing. She's made us better as YouTube content creators, right? People just in general who watch how she handled herself and all the way through all this nonsense that she's going through. She's displaying a whole lot that's making, if you paying attention to it, then you got to say, okay, you start to learn how to move accordingly as well, even better than maybe you already have been. Because when you report on somebody who's so positive and so on and so forth, you can become a better person if that's what you're around and you see. Okay, I see this girl always smiling. I see this girl always telling the truth and knowing how to be politically correct on certain things and not muck things up, know how to still be herself while she does it. You understand? Not like put on a front or nothing like that, but just know how to stay away from the BS and keep things on the positive side of things. She knows how to do it, right? And you start to learn through her. I'm not ashamed to say it. I have like, oh, if she can let the nonsense bounce off of her, then if she's 21, 22, how can you not? Now she's 23, I know that. But at the time, 22. We start hearing her speak all the time and how she carries herself, and she's spending extra time with signing autographs and all this type of stuff. So when Tyrese Haliburton and Indiana Pacers, even players, when they see this and they see how the city take to her because they there, people who you think people going to react to more or run to more if Caitlin Clark and Tyrese Haliburton walked in the mall together? Who you think people going to flock to more? Caitlin Clark. She sells more jerseys than the guy. Hello. So, of course, Caitlin Clark in Indiana or any of the other players. I just gave you their top player. But let's say it's Pascal Siakam, a player that won a championship. Of course, it's going to be Caitlin Clark. Let's say it's Miles Turner walking in with Caitlin Clark in a mall, Indiana Mall, anywhere. But especially Indiana. So they know how she run in the city, but they see how she move. See, men are smart. We're not dumb. We're going to see something. Oh, she getting all of that. Okay, you see how she carry herself? Okay. See how she answered them questions? Okay. Okay. They're going to take a play out of that notebook and apply it. And so from off the court to on the court, when you go and watching her work out and you got a Patrick Beverly say, I'm going to steal them workouts. You better believe Tyrese Haliburton said, I'm stealing that. And his range now has gotten further somehow. Wonder how. When you got Isaiah Thomas saying he's shooting it from the way. Oh, yeah? You must have been shooting with CC. You got legendary point guard comparing point guards. Championship legendary point guard comparing point guards and saying the guy point guard is getting better because he's looking at the girl point guard, which is Caitlin Clark, Tyrese Haliburton. So I don't sound so crazy when I told my guy G5, hey, that's the Caitlin Clark effect. She's affected. So they win last year, but this year they might win the whole thing. Yeah, this ain't last year. Yeah, we just at the Eastern Conference Championship like last year because that's where we at. And you see who's first there, who's first up the back. It's the Pacers. And again, that's another shout out not only to the Caitlin Clark effect, but Kelly Cristobal and that staff over in Indiana, period. Ever since Kelly Cristobal has got with the organization, with Indiana Pacers, before the Fever, they changed things around. That whole team changed around. And they've been winning. They went and snatched Tyrese Haliburton when she got there. They went and did all of these moves they made and drafted correctly in Numbart and so on and so forth. Kept Miles Turner, who a lot of people was ready to trade. They was ready to trade. Herb Simons then was ready to trade him. He was on the list. Kelly Cristobal must have came and said, hold up. He's a shooting stretch five who can protect the rim. What? Why would we get rid of him? He can shoot the three and protect the rim. Why would we get rid of him? Right? No, he just needs a point guard that knows what he's doing. So let's go get that young kid over in Sacramento who's sitting behind De'Aaron Fox. Let's go get him for the cheap because I see something in him that a lot of people don't see. And so they made the move. Got him. Now, we need another piece, a championship type piece, a veteran player who's great in the locker room. And who they go get? Pascal Siakam. To run the four alongside Miles Turner. Can play defense damn near on all five positions. So he's a defensive mindset, plus he can score the basketball. Smart player, unselfish, knows how to take back seat like he did to Kawhi Leonard in Toronto. And Van Lith, and whatever, not Van Lith, the kid, Vander, the little young, the light-skinned, little short point guard they had and some other players. But anyways, this is, to me, it's big. You got Isaiah Thomas saying the same thing the Pope is saying. And again, I'm glad he said it. Because if I would have just came out and said that without nobody else kind of saying that for real, y'all would have probably thought I was off my rocker, even Clarkies. Y'all probably would have thought I was off my rocker. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We on our way to 11K. It's the Pope, man. Peace and love. I'm out.